Reflect upon the reflection to find the reality. Let's talk reality. Welcome to Indian Money's YouTube channel. I'm Sanaram and I have Kirti with me.
Hi Sana.
Hello Kirti. I have a question for you today. At some point of time, every parent has to send their children to college.
Right, that's very true.
What do you think about it? Is it expensive or is it easy?
It's very expensive. So these days, if your kids do really well and you end up sending them to a government college, then it's fine. But if you're sending them to a private college, then that is extremely, extremely expensive. So there are a few things that you have to do so that you can, save some money. So there are some tips and tricks that you would want to definitely listen to if you're sending your child to college. So the first thing that I generally, that I've seen. So the first thing that I've really seen that parents they push their kids to get a scholarship, which is very important. You should encourage your child to get a scholarship. I remember when I was going to college, my parents did make sure that I apply for scholarship, and so did my brother. So, and if you do well in your first semester, then you get a scholarship for your second semester. So you have to encourage your child to get a scholarship. That is one way of,
Saving money.
Saving money.
Yeah, because when it comes to college, the first thing that strikes in parents' mind is tuition fees.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop there. Like there's no more uniform. You have to start with the outfits.
Right.
So you have to get them good dresses, good shoes, good bags. Everything is going to be expensive.
Right.
So somewhere they can cut down is one scholarship. And to be frank, I did my graduation with the help of a sponsor.
Right.
So I had my marks on the first semester. So with that, I got a sponsor and he sponsored me throughout my education.
Right.
So there, my tuition fees was nil. Like I didn't pay anything from my pocket. Right. I really thank him for that. And I think I earned it.
Right. That's very true. And when parents are actually sending their kid, before you send your kid off to college, you need to sit with your child and make a budget, right? So
True.
How much are you going to be spending in partying, or how much are you going to be spending in, extracurricular activities, or for trips, or for your clothes, or for
Food.
eating? Yeah. So you really need to, pre-plan all of that.
That's
with
true.
your child.
And when it comes to food, if they stay in an inside hostel or something, like maybe a PG or something, they get food there. But now most of the kids, what they do is they take up a flat by themselves.
Right.
And what they do, they don't know to cook. So they order, they use Zomato or Swiggy, they use all these online apps and they order a lot of food.
Right.
One, it is not healthy. And two, they spend a lot of money on that.
Yes.
So as parents, when they are finishing their 10th, 11th, 12th, maybe at least the 2 months gap, they can teach them how to cook.
Right.
That would really save a lot of money.
Yes, that's true. And another point that I really wanted to bring up is that when they're on campus, there are a lot of these banks who come and give student credit cards.
True.
So you should, talk to your child and avoid those credit cards, because that's not their age to get a credit card.
True,
right?
very true. But there are some parents who have extended it. Like they can even merge it with their own credit card and provide one to their children. So they have been doing it. But I don't think, like as you said, it's not a healthy practice, because they won't know how to manage the money.
Right.
Yeah, maybe if you have taught them from a young age how to save, how to control your expenses, maybe they might be good in managing the credit card. But I would say it's more towards the negative side. Like giving a credit card for a college student is a big no.
Right. And coming to that, coming to credit cards, you should get a credit card only once you start earning. So you can actually encourage your child to start, take up a side gig, or, work part-time. Abroad you have all these facilities where you actually can just go, even you can just become a waiter. And you value money then. You value what you're earning.
Yeah,
right?
true.
So that is something that will go easy on the parents' pocket as well. So that is something you can encourage your child to do. Have that conversation with your child. That will save up a lot of money, right?
For sure. So when I was in my college, I used to take tuition. So I knew a little bit of French at that time. And now I've forgotten, to be frank. But at that time when I was in the college, I was good in French. So I used to take French tuition and I was getting paid good. And I started anchoring when I was in my third year. So like you said, it is possible.
Yeah.
If we find some ways, we can actually find the ways.
Right.
And when we start making money, like you correctly mentioned, we know the value of it.
Right.
Because it is our blood. It's
Right.
our sweat.
Another thing you need to really teach your child is money management.
That's true. Because the moment they get money in their hand, and when they are in school, they're actually in front of you. You can see them. You can see what they're spending on, where they're going, what they're doing. But when they move to a different city and when they start their college life, so there are too many different peoples there.
Yeah.
Like you can find people who have a lot of money, who have moderate amount of money, who have less amount of money.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a friend circle, everyone is treated equally. So you have less money or more money, doesn't matter. You just have the tendencies to spend.
Yeah.
And once you spend it, you're gone. You again go back to your parents and ask more.
Yeah.
So when you send your children to college, so parents, as parents, they have to teach their children that they have to spend money on the essential things before spending on the non-essential things. And teach them savings. So normally we used to have the piggy banks in our home. So whenever we get 10 or 15 rupees, we used to drop it inside. But when we moved to college, 10 or 15 rupees in hand, it's like, okay, let me go and have something.
Right.
So that mentality changes.
Yeah, and another thing that parents can actually do is, teach their children how to invest at an early age. So because if you start investing at 18, 19, then you'll be quite settled when you're 28, 29.
So
right?
true, so true.
So that is something that parents could teach their kids, talk to their kids about before they're sending their child to college.
Yeah.
That will really help the child as well as it will help you as a parent.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So they can start with mutual funds SIP, which is like very easily available in the app. You can just go in, drop some amount every
Right.
month, you're sorted.
Yeah.
So when this planning is lagging with the parents, is where they end up spending more.
Right.
One is pampering.
Yeah.
Whatever
That's
the children ask, they just give it off.
Yeah.
It's my son, it's my daughter. She wants it, he wants it, okay, I'm going to give it.
Right.
A big bike, okay, I'll give it.
Yeah.
It's not about you giving. Is it affordable for you to give that? Like some parents are blessed, we would say. Like they can do it. But some parents, they do it for their children's happiness and the children won't realize that their parents are actually suffering.
Yeah.
So that should not happen.
Right.
So when this is being changed, when the actual finance talks are being conveyed to the children, they'll understand what is the actual situation is.
Yeah.
And then they can work on saving up money. So as parents, when you're sending your children to college, make sure you speak about money to them. It's very important. It is a very sensitive thing and it might be new to them if you have like kept them inside a cage during the school time. Like you have just taken care of them, you have given them everything, you have provided them everything, they have not seen any hardships, then facing money will be a challenge for them. But that is the right time for you to talk about it. Because as we said, when they take up the side hustles, they have to manage money. So once they learn to manage the money, it will be a sorted thing for them. It will help your child to save money and it will be light on your pocket. So make sure you have these money talks with your children before sending them to college. And I'm winding up this video here. Thank you, Kirti. It was a nice conversation with you.
Right. Same here, Sana.
Thank you. So we'll catch you again in the next episode. Until then, you guys take care and bye-bye.